Now the runners are behind the gates at Canterbury for the running of the Tooheys Canterbury Guineas for 1991, and very shortly you'll be seeing the action live in this very important race and one of the stepping stones to the forthcoming AJC Derby. Well, as you know, the Blue Diamond Stakes was marred by that nasty fall in the middle stages, and champion jockeys Mick Dittman and Jimmy Cassidy both came to grief. So let's go back to that sensational incident, and Mick Dittman is riding Lady Purpose, which is about 5th on the inside in white sleeves and a purple cap, and she appeared to be about the first to go. There's Dittman. He actually slid down the side of the filly's neck. Now Jimmy Cassidy riding Did He Do It was unable to avoid the incident. Did He Do It tried to jump the fallen Dittman, it appeared to me, watching there, and Cassidy was simply unseated. Now we have an unconfirmed report that Cassidy walked to the ambulance unaided, but Mick Dittman was a little slower to find his feet, and for some reason there's no official word concerning their condition as yet from the Caulfield racetrack. Two of Australia's most famous jockeys, and their mounts, of course, would have carried an absolute fortune in public funds during the forthcoming autumn carnival. Okay, turning our attention to the Canterbury Guineas, and Kenny Callender's ready now with his win tote approximate on the big 3-year-old event.
Thanks very much, John. Number 1, St Jude, the Queenslander Welling Commission, 5's into 9-2 now. Centro from Victoria, Lee Friedman trained. I've never seen him look better, Centro. He's been up here before. He looks a picture of health. He's about a 9-1 chance. 25-1 Lord Revenor, the New Zealander, already a group winner in Australia. 8-1 pre-record. Cub Caper, unbeaten. He's won at Randwick. He's won at Gosford twice, Randwick twice, and Wyong. 5 out of 5, going for his 6th win in a row today, but it's a big class jump. He's 10-1. Marine Drive at 80-1. Somalia, I've tipped him in a very, very open race. He'll get back early and rattle home. He's a 6-1 chance. 20 Be Happy, 50 Shot of Comfort. A good roughie, Mobile Peter, he's got a chance. 25-1. Stradmore, favourite on the tote, getting out now to about 7-2. Might get out a little bit more yet. Ebury at 80-1, All Mine 8-1 into 7-1. The filly's well in commission. Hollyport Lass, the other filly, is at 100-1. The reserves, Dodecanese and Restricted, were not required. A field of 14 in the Canterbury Guineas of 1991. Your caller, Johnny Tapp.
Right, Ken, thank you. We had an incident while Ken was doing that tote call. Mobile Peter played up very badly in the starting gate, and the rider Neil Williams was momentarily unseated, but he's okay now. And Mobile Peter steadies down nicely in the stalls, and no ill effect. Now moving up is one of the New Zealanders, Ebury, into line. And they look to be about set. Mobile Peter steadies down again. Hollyport Lass is in there. Somalia moves up to the extreme outside gates. Be Happy stands well. Cub Caper held by a gateman. He's a little fractious Cub Caper. And Shot of Comfort, the inside runner. Lord Revenor stands well. So does Centro. Should get them away. They're off in the Guineas of 91, and Marine Drive began very awkwardly with the head up, and he's a clear last to leave the gate. St Jude is going to spear straight across from the outside barrier to lead. Centro moving to second, followed by Cub Caper, Stradmore. Then Be Happy and pre-record. Shot of Comfort on the fence, out a bit deep, All Mine. And back behind those, Lord Revenor, followed by Somalia, Hollyport Lass. Ebury went back to be second last, and Marine Drive last after that slow start as they go out of the straight. Now the pace has slowed up suddenly. St Jude's rider looking for a pacemaker but can't find one. The rider of Centro doesn't want to be in front, and now Moses on Be Happy is going to whip around the outside and go to the lead in a race of changes. Be Happy takes over as they swing to the back at the 1200 mark and led from St Jude and Centro, and then Cub Caper. Stradmore running 5th, one off the rail, and further back pre-record, followed by Shot of Comfort, Mobile Peter. On the fence, bottled up at the moment is Lord Revenor, then All Mine, followed by Somalia. Marine Drive is well back, and back towards the tail, Hollyport Lass and Ebury as they go down the riverside towards the 800 mark, and Be Happy led. Centro second, St Jude third, a length and a half to Stradmore and Cub Caper together. Further back pre-record at the head of the other, Shot of Comfort, followed by All Mine. They're packing up now, and then Mobile Peter being hurried along, followed by Hollyport Lass, Marine Drive. Well back Lord Revenor with Ebury and Somalia last. Up the hill, about 500 metres out, and Be Happy is joined by Centro on the outside. St Jude is tucked away on the fence. Stradmore's had every hope, although he'll have to go 4 deep on the corner. At the head of the others, Pre-Record, followed well back by Cup Caper, and then Shot of Comfort and All Mine as they turn the corner. It's Be Happy, Centro and St Jude. Stradmore can't go on at the moment, followed by Lord Revener. St Jude hit the front, 150 out, and the little horse shot clear. St Jude has raced away from Be Happy, followed by Centro and Stradmore, but it's all St Jude in the last bit. He's careering away and he wins the Guineas in a trot. St Jude beat the fast finishing Lord Revener. Stradmore third, only plodded to the line, and then All Mine, Be Happy and Ebury, followed by Centro, then Mobile Peter, Somalia, Hollyport Lass, Shot of Comfort, Pre-Record well back with Marine Drive, and tailed off in the event was Cub Caper. The winner has absolutely blitzed them. St Jude, ridden by Brian York. Number 1 St Jude to pay $5.50 and $2.20, and he careered away in the last bit to win the Guineas in a trot. Second, the strong finishing Lord Revener, number 3, a place dividend of $6. And Stradmore looked as though he'd be struggling to run a place halfway down the straight, but got going again to finish third, a place dividend of $1.90. Ken.
It was a no contest, John. St Jude was just far too good. He bolted away here, and he's left the others well in his wake. 2, 3, perhaps more lengths in front. Lord Revener, he'll be suited by the AJC Derby of 2,400 metres in the blue and white, getting home along the rails. And as John said, Stradmore got a second wind to run third, just ahead of Be Happy. I'll tell you something about Be Happy. When you see him in the wet, that's the day to back him. He won 5 in a row in New Zealand on wet tracks. But it was a good track today. No excuses for anything. St Jude was far too good in the Canterbury Guineas. And the best advice I can give you is to stay tuned to the wide world of sports.
1,500 metres. The correct numbers 1, 3 and 11. First, St Jude paid $5.50 and $2.20. Second, number 3, Lord Revener, $6. And third, number 11, Stradmore, paying $1.90. And Kenny Callender